deciding, since I'm playing greedy, start playing safe. I'll get my forge down. I'll see the timing of his pull. Still not finished. So no Ling's out yet. I still see how much gas he's taking, so I'm going to click on the gas geyser, see how much he's at. And I'm going to block his expansion. So far this is going pretty well. I've had my way. I'm getting a fast expand. I'm playing safe. I'm not in danger of dying. And I've blocked his expansion. I see that the pool is moving around. This is important, which means he's researching speed, but I have noticed that he's still getting gas. Now, it could be a newbie mistake, but I want to assume he's a good player. So I leave one probe in his base, in his main, you can see. He's going to recheck the gas. The second probe is going to try and lure these Lings away, keep them busy. So I put up a gateway, diversion gateway. So my probe in the main is going to go check the gas again. Look, he's still mining gas. So I'm saying, okay, he has speed and he's still mining gas. So I'm thinking it's going to be a Roachling all in. At this, so you're going to see me, I'm going to add a second cannon. So since I saw him still mining gas, that's the reason I added that second cannon. Taking my gas on time so that I can afford to get things like sentries in case he is going for a Baneling all-in. Because I don't know what type of all-in he's going for. But
yeah, and whether it's Roaches or Banelings,
right,
you'll need sentries and force. So.
But I'm fairly confident he's going for an all-in. So I'm not too sure which one. I think it's Roach. You will see that in a moment. I will decide to get a Stargate after my Cybernetics core as a result of that.
And by the way, when we say all in, we're operating under the assumption that if you're playing Protoss, you're not actually able to come back from failing one of these attacks.
Right.
That's not the case with Zerg.
Or Terran.
So, yeah, so, you know.
It's only all in for Protoss.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically an all-in because he does cut drones for a while, even though he can build them back in 10 seconds.
Indeed. You'll see me sneak a probe out here for a little bit. I'm trying to get a proxy pylon down for further usage. Not right now, I'm not doing any immediate warp-ins. But he does have a Ling up there, if I recall, so I won't be able to get the pylon down. In fact, I think I'll lose that probe. I was also going to go scout with him again, do another scout, and see if I could confirm. But since that probe gets denied, I immediately throw down the Stargate. I still think, in my mind, I still think he's going for the Roachling all-in. But, of course, right now, he has speed, so I don't really have much of a map presence. This is kind of normal. Protoss isn't really going to be going out and having their way on the map right now, at this point in time. So now, researching, I'm chrono boosting my warp gate. I'm getting a Zealot, just so I can push out a little bit, maybe kill a Ling, maybe take the Watchtower. At the same time, I'm just still making probes. Income tab is actually going to favor me right now, due to some chronoing on the probes and constant production. So my Stargate finishes, and I immediately should be chronoing out a Void Ray, again, because I think Roaches should be here any second. And I add another cannon, because I'm thinking, based on what I've seen, again, it's going to be some all-in.
This is actually a really good map to Forge Fast Expand on, if you can get away with it. Because you mentioned Protoss having their way on the map, and sure, you won't have, like, your army advantage for a while.
Right.
But as a Forge Fast Expand, it either forces the Zerg to all-in, which if you know what's coming, you'll be fine against, or to take a fast third. The only two third options that you can get with any kind of speed are actually really, really far from the Zerg's base.
So it turns out...
So if you go out...
Sorry. Jumping into the action. It turns out that we forgot which kind of all-in it is. What does it look like, G-Shore?
It might be a Nidus all-in.
It turns out it's a Nidus, and I didn't get to see it right away. So immediately, what do I do at my ramp? Here.
Wall it off?
I try to wall it off with pylons. He breaks through a pylon, he tries to run in. I hold it off with cannons, and I set up another wall.
Kind of lucky for you that he A moved into the cannon.
Yeah. I immediately target fired both the Nidus Worm to prevent even more Lings from streaming in, as well as the Queen, so he won't creep up my base. Those are my top two priorities. So I'm not really worried right now. I'm not going to freak out. I'm losing my base. I lost my Stargate, unfortunately. I lost some pylons. I'm pulling some probes to help offer some damage. Lost my Nexus, unfortunately. Lost my range. I'm trying to reset up that wall again. So I need to retake my gas. I see another Nidus though, so I will pull my probes this time. Try to get us around on that Nidus in my natural. I was going to pull my Void Ray, but then I realized that my probes kind of handled that fine. So I'm like, okay, I send my Void Ray back down to deal with the Lynx. Because I'd rather have my probes deal with the Queen than the Lynx. And I'm trying to micro each individual probe that was attacking the Queen, go back to the mineral line so that I don't lose the probe. So every time the probe was losing shields, I brought them back to the mineral line.
So at this point, you're in a remarkably good condition, or situation, because sure, you lost your main, but you kept all of your probes, give or take about 5.
Yep.
And you've still got, a Void Ray, which gives you a fair amount of map control at the moment. So long as you keep an eye out for more Night Eye,
yep.
Is that the plural? Niduses.
Right.
You should be alright and be able to get your main back up.
So
And maybe even the third up there if you had your Void Ray start working on the rocks.
Yep. So you'll see me immediately, since I still on the Nidus, start putting up some pylons around my main. This is something I probably should have done a little bit sooner. Unfortunately, I was thinking it was going to be a Roach or a Ling or a Baneling all in, but it turns out it was actually the Nidus. So I kind of fell for that. I was able, like you said, the first thing I did was pull my probes and target fire while walling off. I think that was the right decision because as soon as I get rid of the Nidus, the less units are going to come pouring in. And with Zerg, he could make infinite number of lines almost. So until you kill the Nidus, he can kind of have his way with your base. And my logic right now is I'll take down the rocks. I'll try and just take my third base because I already know, okay, I'm trying to stabilize. He hasn't attacked me since. I haven't really gotten any scouting out on him, but I already know what he's up to. I already know he's on lair attack. I've heard the Nidus, and right now I'm fairly confident that I'm not in a terrible position because I know that he had to cut some drones to do that, and we're pretty even right now. And I don't have a remarkable amount of probes right now. I'm only at 38, which is not as much as I would like right now. But considering I did lose that Nexus, and the fact that I'm taking that third base will help me get that probe numbers back up to where I want it. And right now I'm not focusing on a timing attack. I'm just going to try and play it from here. I'm not trying to go all in after that and pull everything and just go for it.
You're not Terran, you can't afford to.
Right, I'm confident that I can stabilize and try and get back from this.
Sorry. I noticed for a while after that attack you were saving your Chrono Boost. Because, I mean, I assume your Masters, you're saving it. So what were you saving it for?
Basically, it's a combination of not using it on my Nexus because of the fact that I'm dealing with some kind of all-in attack, and the last thing on my mind is chronoing out probes, as well as the fact that what else is he going to bring to the table? I saw Zerglings. Is he going to have Hydras? Is it going to be Roaches? What else is going to pour from there? So in case I needed to chrono out another Void Ray before that Stargate went down, it would be possible, or if I needed to get quick usage out of my gateways, it would also be possible. Since I kind of dealt with the Nidus as quick as I could have, I didn't really need the chrono for mass amounts of gateway units again, or probes with that in mind. So you will see the chrono boost kind of get high and stay stagnant for a while until I restabilized. Because again, I don't need the upgrades right at that moment. I don't really need, so there wasn't really anything to chrono boost until I assessed the situation a little bit more. So I'm actually scouting with that Phoenix I made earlier, and I saw Hydras. I saw the third base going up, just starting. So
where are you at, by the way?
I'm at 1530.
All right, yeah.
I saw the third base going up, so I feel confident. It is gold base, but I do realize that I have my own third base as well. And I only saw Zerg on third base and Protoss being on third base being kind of even. So even though it's a high yield, I realize the fact that he's still not much ahead of me because of the fact that Zerg are used to having an extra base up. So in response to the Hydras, I will drop down to Robotics Bay, as well as the Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine for harassment purposes. And I did scout the Spire also, and that's what's going to prompt the blink that you're going to see me research.
Because unlike me, Archon scouts.
Yes, or tries to. Has it in mind.
I think I should work on a Stargate opening. It accomplishes pressure. It scouts. I mean, it does everything.
Yeah. You'll see me have a Stalker at my third base, looking over the rocks, and this is why. I see a big, massive Lings show up. So in case I needed to get some pot shots off, you'll see me immediately throw up a second photon. Because I'm like, okay, that's a lot of Lings. In case he starts breaking it down, I'm going to need more than one Stalker and one photon cannon to help defend. At this point in time, I have 60 probes, a much healthier number, and Zerg has 57. So he's kind of in the ballpark too. We both have basically the amount of workers we want for the entire game. I am still getting my upgrades. I see that he broke down the rocks. I'm trying to warp in sentries. I'm out of gas right now, so I can't only warp in one. So I was able to get some guys up here. I'm trying to help reinforce and bring my other army, my main, around. I see it's only Hydra, so I'm not really too worried. I don't want to chase him out there. Again, I don't know what's out there because I haven't scouted. So I keep my army there for a while until I rebuild. I have the cannons in my natural in case he decides to go around and attack my natural. I could get my army back there in time. Throwing up some extra production facilities because my money is getting high. I'm finally getting use out of my third base. I finished an upgrade, immediately starting another upgrade, chrono boosting that out. That's where the majority of my chrono boost is going right now. It's going to be on my upgrades. It's going to be on the Colossus, the Blink. Not so much on probes because I have hit my number. I'm only at 63 probes right now. It's 66. So we're pretty much where I want to be right now. My money's kind of low, kind of macroing. I haven't scouted him since, so if I wanted to be better about this, maybe I could have rescouted. You'll see me actually move out the Phoenix as soon as I say that. Go for another scout, see how many bases he has. So I'm setting out the Observer, seeing where his army is. The Phoenix is going to go back, see how many bases he's on. I'm going around counterclockwise, so I'm starting it down at the 6 o'clock. And I only see that he's just now taking his 4th base, based on how many drones he had there. I see Infestors,
Makes
and Banelings and Hydras. So I'm pushing out a little bit. Again, clearing some creep, taking a little bit of map control, getting myself to the Sunaga Watchtower. Now I'm feeling pretty decent about my army, getting a little bit more confident in my ability to take on Zerg, whatever he has. My 3rd is pretty well walled off and defended by itself. I've got a significant amount of photon cannons. Now I'm thinking about taking my 4th base. I'm going to start working on these rocks over here. Just a moment. So I saw Infestor and Baneling, which prompted me to get Charge. Hydra, Infestor, Ling, Baneling are all pretty weak against Charge locks. And I also warp in some Dark Templar here. I figured, okay, I'll send one Dark Templar to start harassing these Infestors, and I'll send the others to a base. But one gets picked off by an Overseer. You'll see me get, I think I get 1 kill at least. Nope, I'm gonna not get any kills, unfortunately. Didn't work out too well.
It would have been nice.
But I have
I
have 2 DTs actually working down on the rocks at the 4th base that I scouted with the Phoenix. So instead of going around and trying to go through the entrance out, which might have been suicide, because he probably would have a Spore or a Overseer, I just decided to break down the rocks. So I'll get there eventually.
And I mean, DTs do decent damage, so.
Yep, I do break in eventually. I see, hey, what's up? What do you have? I'll take a look, and I will start, since I saw no detection at that base, I start to work on the hatch instead of just the drones. Because it would do more damage significantly to take out the hatch rather than drones, because he can easily repump the drones. And I'm sure he has some larvae saved up, because I assume he's maxed by now, because I'm maxed. So I will take out the 4th base while getting my own 4th base. To deal a little bit of damage to the Zerg. I'm sending a Dark Templar to the Sunaga. Again, just trying to get in a little bit of control here. So now I have Blink Stalker charge a lot. I see some Infestors. I blink 3 Stalkers forward to try to pick some off. Whatever I can get is nice. End up getting maybe 3 or 4, but then he does a Doom Drop. Now I'm more crisis control here, so now I have to decide, okay, he's doing a Doom Drop. This is going to prompt me to, I already know where the majority of his army is. This is going to prompt me to move my army out. I figured, okay, if his army's over there, that means I know where it's not. I can go and harass his bases. And this turns into an awkward scenario. It's kind of like starts out looking like a base race. He's attacking my main, starting to attack my natural. I'm going for his high yield. But I also realized the fact that, okay, I just took out his 4th. I'm on even numbers.